Helloy, my friend. Welcome back to our quiet corner of the castle. We often think of dreams as our own private worlds, secret gardens where only we may walk. But what if a dream wasn't just yours? What if, deep in the ancient forest that guards our school, there was a place that could listen to our dreams and whisper them back? Tonight, we seek a secret hidden not behind stone, but behind the veil of sleep. Tonight, we seek the dreaming Willows. A strange and gentle mystery had begun to weave its way through the student body at Hogwarts. It was not a mystery of dark corridors or dangerous beasts, but one that unfolded in the quiet, private theater of the mind. It began with a Hufflepuff, third year, a quiet boy named Leo, who woke up one morning with a serene smile on his face and the lingering image of a silver forest in his mind. He told his friends at breakfast about his wonderful dream. He had been walking through a grove of ancient willow trees, their leaves shimmering with moonlight, and the trees themselves seemed to be whispering a soft, melodic tune. Normally, such a tale would be dismissed as a simple, pleasant dream. But later that day, in the dungeons, a Slytherin girl named Kasha mentioned to her own circle of friends that she had had the exact same dream. The same silver willows, the same whispering melody. The two students could not have been more different. They were in different houses, different years, and had never spoken a word to each other. The coincidence was peculiar. Within a week, the phenomenon had spread. A studious Ravenclaw, a boisterous Gryffindor, even a few of the younger professors, all reported experiencing the same beautiful shared dream. It was never frightening, always peaceful, but its shared nature was deeply unsettling in a world where the mind was considered the last true bastion of privacy. The dream became the talk of the castle, a quiet puzzle whispered about in common rooms and study halls. Where was this silver forest? And why were so many different people dreaming of it at once? The news, of course, reached Luna Lovegood. For her, it was not a puzzle, but a call. She had long believed that the Forbidden Forest was not a place of uniform darkness, but a tapestry of countless different magics, some dangerous, some misunderstood, and some, perhaps, wonderful. While others theorized about mass legitimacy or a miscast school-wide charm, Luna felt a different truth. She felt a gentle, melodic pull from the forest's edge, a silent invitation. She knew that the answer to the shared dream was not in a book or a spell, but in a real place waiting to be found. Armed with her unwavering curiosity and a pouch of gilly water for the crumple-horned snorkax she was sure she might encounter, she decided to follow the song that only she could truly hear. Luna did not venture into the forest recklessly. She waited for a night when the moon was full and bright, its silver light a comforting guide. She slipped out of the castle, her movements as silent as a moth's. She did not follow the main path. That led to Aragog's old lair or the centaur's territory. Instead, she closed her eyes at the forest's edge and listened, not with her ears, but with her heart. She followed the faint, melodic hum that had been calling to her, a magical frequency that was the waking world echo of the melody from the shared dream. The path she took was no path at all. It led her through thickets of moon-dusted ferns and over moss-covered stones that seemed to glow faintly. The usual menacing sounds of the forest seemed to recede as she walked, replaced by a growing sense of profound peace. The air grew cooler, and a soft, silvery mist began to curl around her feet. She was not just walking through the forest. She was passing through a magical veil leaving the world of ordinary magic behind and entering a place that operated on older, quieter rules. After an hour of walking, she saw it, the source of the light and the music. She had arrived in a hidden grove, a perfect circle clearing surrounded by a dense wall of ancient yew trees. And in the center of this grove stood the dreaming willows. There were a dozen of them, massive, ancient weeping willows, their gnarled trunks thick with age. But they were unlike any trees she had ever seen. Their bark was not brown, but a pale, shimmering silver, and their long, drooping leaves seemed to be woven from pure moonlight. A soft, ethereal silver blue light emanated from the trees themselves, bathing the entire grove in a gentle, dreamlike glow. And from their leaves came the sound, a soft, ceaseless, multi-layered whispering, the very melody from the shared dream. Luna stepped into the grove, her heart filled with a quiet, reverent awe. She felt no fear. The air was thick with a magic that felt like pure peace, like the feeling one has just before falling into a deep and pleasant sleep. She walked to the base of the largest willow and placed her hand on its smooth, cool bark. The moment she touched it, the whispers in the air grew clearer, and a wave of fragmented, beautiful images flooded her mind. She saw a young Hufflepuff, boy dreaming of finally mastering a charm. She saw a Slytherin girl dreaming of her family far away. She saw a professor dreaming of a long-lost friend. She understood that trees were not creating the dreams. They were listening to them. Luna spent the entire night in the grove, a silent, respectful guest. She learned the secret of the willows not by asking, but by observing. These were not ordinary magical trees. They were a unique, symbiotic life form, deeply connected to the collective consciousness of the castle. They were, in essence, the dream catchers of Hogwarts. Their ancient magic worked in a simple, beautiful cycle. During the day, they slept, their light dim, their whispers silent. But at night, as the hundreds of minds in the castle drifted off to sleep, the willows would awaken. Their vast, unseen root system, which spread for miles beneath the forest floor, acted like a magical antenna, gently and harmlessly attuning itself to the dream waves emanating from the sleeping students and staff. They would draw in the ambient dream energy, not the specific stories or nightmares, but the pure emotional essence of the dreams, feelings of hope, flashes of joy, pangs of nostalgia, sparks of creativity. This dream energy was their nourishment. It fed them and caused their leaves to glow with their characteristic silver light. The whispering sound was the exhale of this process, the gentle release of processed dream energy back into the atmosphere, cleansed of all anxiety and fear. The mystery of the shared dream was also revealed to her when a particularly powerful and pure emotion was felt by many students at once, such as the collective relief after a difficult exam week, or the shared hope at the beginning of a new school year. The willows would become saturated with this single powerful emotion. Unable to process it all, they would reflect it back. This reflection was not a true dream, but a magical imprint, a gentle echo that would touch the minds of the most sensitive or magically attuned sleepers, giving them all the same beautiful, serene vision of the silver forest. It was the grove's way of sharing a moment of collective peace. Luna realized that this place was one of the most important and most secret parts of Hogwarts' ecosystem. It was a place of magical and emotional healing. It took the chaotic, sometimes stressful dream energy of the castle and transformed it into pure, peaceful magic. The dreaming Willows were the silent, unsung guardians of the castle's mental well-being. As the first rays of dawn began to filter through the canopy, the light of the Willows began to fade, and their whispers softened, returning to the sound of a gentle breeze. Luna knew it was time to leave. She gave a small, respectful bow to the great central willow and made her way back through the forest, the magical mist receding behind her. She returned to the castle as the first students were making their way to breakfast, her heart full and her mind at peace. She knew she had discovered something wonderful. She also knew it was a secret that had to be kept. If the ministry, or even well-meaning wizards, were to learn of this place, they would undoubtedly try to study it, to contain it, to quantify its magic. They would trample its delicate balance with their clumsy spells and scientific instruments. Some places, Luna believed, were meant to remain mysteries. Their magic was preserved by their secrecy. She did not report her findings to the headmistress in a formal letter. Instead, she found Neville Longbottom in the greenhouses, tending to his Mimulus Mimbletonia. She told him her story, not as a report, but as one nature lover sharing a wonder with another. Neville, with his deep understanding of magical flora, listened with rapt attention and understood immediately. "It's a place of perfect symbiosis," he breathed, his eyes wide with wonder. "It must be protected." And so the secret was kept. Luna and Neville became its silent, unofficial guardians. They would occasionally visit the grove, always separately and always at night, not to interfere, but simply to be in the presence of its profound peace. The shared dreams continued to happen from time to time, but they were no longer a source of confusion. They were a quiet, magical reminder that even in a world of wands and spells, the oldest and most powerful magic was the magic of connection, of shared feeling, and of the quiet, beautiful dreams that bind everyone together.